Join me as I transform a plain ceramic plate into a stunning masterpiece using air dry clay magic. From beginners to experienced artists, this technique is a game changer for adding an extra layer of personality to your work. Hello, my crafty friends. I'm Donna from Mason Creations, etc., and welcome to my channel. So if you're ready to do this, my crafty friends, let's make a mess. I got this cute little ceramic plate at the dollar store. It has a built-in stand like a frame. I thought this would be so cute with some 3D flowers on it. So here we go. I'm using DOS clay to make all my 3D flowers. DOS is one of my favorites. It's soft, easy to work with, very little cracking, and very little shrinkage. I pressed the clay into the mold and then smoothed it out with some water. I put them in the freezer for about 20 minutes before unmolding. Once they're frozen, they are so much easier to remove from the mold. Nothing smashes or breaks. They come out perfect. This and all the products you're going to see me use today came from decoupagenapkins.com, my wonderful sponsors. Watch how beautifully these remove from the molds. They remove so easily because they're frozen and stiff. The hummingbird with her delicate little beak came out perfectly with no breaking. The clay captures more of the mold's details when you freeze it due to the clay hardening in the mold. After I remove them from the mold, I clean up the edges a little bit. They're still a little stiff, so the clay doesn't get damaged handling them. But be careful, they thaw out fast. Now I'm going to glue these to my plate while the clay is still wet. By the time I was done cleaning them up, they were thawed out enough to bend them a little bit around the lip on my little plate. I'm going to use tacky glue. It works great for gluing wet clay. Remember when I said let's make a mess? Well, here we go. This is a messy process, and I really hate getting my hands this messy. I'm pressing the clay into that dip so it forms to the shape of the plate. decoupagenapkins.com has such a great selection of napkins that you can purchase one at a time. They carry many other craft supplies such as rice paper, paint, clay, molds, and a great selection of polyvine products. Over 9,000 products and growing. They are wonderful to work with and will send your order out fast. You'll receive free shipping on orders over $75 and special bonus points for orders over $100. Subscribe to their newsletter by entering your email address and you'll receive 10% off your next order. They are truly your one-stop shop for craft supplies. Make sure you check them out. I'll be leaving links for all the products I use in my description box below. Any glue that seeped out from under the clay I removed right away using some water and a Q-tip. I'm going to add a butterfly, but this mold is way too shallow to use clay, so I'm going to use cream paste instead. I'll put it in the mold using my palette knife, scrape off the excess, and let it set overnight. Now I'm going to remove all the excess dried paste with an alcohol wipe before removing from the mold. It comes out from the mold so easily now. This product is a real game changer for shallow molds. Where are you watching from? Let me know in the comments. It's fun to see what cities and countries you are all watching from. I'm filming from Las Vegas, Nevada in the United States. Now I'm going to glue it to my plate. The cream paste dries really flexible, so you can bend it or form it in any way you want to. I'm going to paint all my clay pieces a base of white. using Dixie Belle paint in the color Cotton, and I'll let that dry for about an hour before moving on to the next step. I test all the products that I recommend in my videos. I won't recommend anything that I haven't used myself and prefer. If I'm recommending it, you can bet it's a great product. Each product will be listed in my description box below and will have a blue link to make it easy for you to find. Any of the links I provide are safe for you to click on. Okay, my friends, this is where we're going to have some fun. I'm going to paint everything with very muted, watered down paint colors. For my first color, I am using Pentart in the color Mallow with some white paint and water. I want some of the white paint to show through, so I'm mixing the paint very runny and then I'm spraying it with some additional water. I mixed up very little paint as we don't need much, wiping any paint off the plate. Next, I'm mixing Pentart color Red with white and water. I love the color this turned out to be. It's kind of a peachy orange color. If you're enjoying this video, please let me know by hitting that like button. And why not share this with a friend? Thanks for doing that. You won't want to miss any of the new projects coming up, so don't forget to subscribe. Now pale yellow with white and water. I'm sure you guys have noticed that I use a lot of Dixie Belle and Pentart paints. These are my absolute favorites. They both go on super smooth and creamy with really good coverage. I rarely, if ever, need a second coat of Pentart, and that goes for the metallic colors as well. The leaf gets Pentart leaf green with white and water. If you want more white to show through your colors, just keep spraying water until you're happy with the way it looks. The butterfly is getting Pentart turquoise blue mixed with the white and also watered down. I'm using a few different colors on the hummingbird. I'm starting off mixing cobalt blue with the white and water for his head and body. For the wings and tail, I'm using light turquoise. I sprayed some water on the hummingbird so that the blue and turquoise colors would run together. I mixed some iridescent color shift blue, green, purple paint with the water and brushed it over the entire hummingbird. This used to be available at Hobby Lobby, but I'm not sure if you can find it any longer. If you can't find it, you can get some iridescent paints in those 3 colors and mix them together with water. You should get some similar results. I'm going to make all my embellishments look like aged porcelain by adding a crackle finish. I'm using Pentart's Fine Line Crackle Varnish. It's a 2-part system and I'm brushing on component number 1. I'll let that dry for about an hour or so until it's clear. Now that it's dry, I'll brush on component number 2. This step is an amber color. Use thin, even strokes. If you get a buildup or drips anywhere, it'll show when dry. I'll let this dry for a couple of hours. Once dry, you'll see the cracks. There weren't enough cracks, so I used a heat gun for just a minute to bring out some additional cracks. I have some amazing cracks now, and I'm going to add some antiquing so you can see them. I'm using Pentart Antique Paste. It's solvent-based, so it's safe to put over fine line crackle. I'm rubbing it into all the cracks and then wiping it off with a soft, dry cloth. Make sure you do not use a wet wipe. I'm working on some great spring projects right now. A lot of them are requests that I'm excited to be making. I love planning projects around your requests. Just please be patient. I get quite a few of them, and I get the projects out as quickly as I can. I love hearing about what you'd like to see, so keep those requests coming. I let the antique paste dry for a couple of hours. Then I gave it a coat of Pentart's solvent-based varnish in a glossy finish to protect it. Please note that you can only give this 1 coat of the clear varnish, which is really all you need. It's very shiny and looks like porcelain. Additional layers will crack. I'll let this dry for several hours. Also, please note that you cannot use any water-based varnishes over the fine line crackle. It will ruin your crackle finish. This particular crackle is very moisture sensitive. Projects with this finish should not be kept near a water source. The best way to clean your brush after using the Pentart solvent-based varnish is with good old-fashioned turpentine. I've tried other solvents, but turpentine works the best. I know you guys have heard me talk about redesigned Decor Wax Eternal before, but I really love it. It's such a gorgeous gold and I've been using it a lot. I'm going to use a really small paintbrush and delicately add it to all the edges of the embellishments. I also made sure to get the centers of the flowers, the body of the butterfly, and the beak of the hummingbird. I'm going to add some of the eternal gold to the edge of the plate, but it's very shiny. So I'm going to put some Polyvine multi-surface lacquer along the edge where I'm going to put the gold, and let it dry for several hours. This will give the gold something to adhere to, so it won't rub off the little plate. And here we go with the gold edge. I really like the plate edged in the gold. It framed it beautifully. Don't forget, all of the wonderful products I'm using today can be found at my favorite place for craft supplies, decoupagenapkins.com, and I'll leave you links in my description box below. I put together a playlist of some other tutorials you may enjoy. Click the picture on the right to be taken directly to that playlist. I'm so happy you were here with me today, and thanks so much for watching. I can't wait to see you all next week. I'm working on a new project with you in mind. You can subscribe by clicking my picture in the top right corner.